Welcome to another great episode, guys. This one is called The Hidden Dangers of Local and General Anaesthetics. So you're probably scratching your head and thinking to yourself, what do you mean? Like a general anaesthetic's got something hidden? A local anaesthetic's got something hidden? So let's go through what a local and general anaesthetic is. Obviously, it's a needle to numb the area, so then either a tooth has been pulled out, you might have to go under a procedure to be cut open, so obviously you don't want to be awake and the pain will be excruciating, and so forth. But what does it actually do as you're having an anaesthetic? The anaesthetic, as it enters your bloodstream, shuts temporarily while the procedure is going down. It shuts down your liver production, your liver functions completely. So you're going to think, okay, what's the next step? Well, what's so important about that? The liver shuts down. Good for the liver. The liver has an incredible role. So what does the liver do? While it's been shut down, it can't produce any bile. To remove the toxins from the anaesthetic, but then the bile flow stops. The bile flow then goes on to, obviously, your gallbladder. Your gallbladder breaks down fats. And then from your gallbladder, it goes on to your stomach. Your stomach needs that to help it process foods and also to remove waste product and go to the toilet, poos. Okay, so this is what happens, and this is what our production of our liver, our gallbladder, and our stomach does. So the hidden, untold part of so many, mainly general, but sometimes local anaesthetics, and does it happen to every person? From what I've seen, it happens to at least 50% of all people. Why am I bringing this up? I am bringing this up because I've had two loved ones in my own personal life go through it. So one was my partner and one was my mum. My partner just had to get a tooth. She had to get it fixed, so they gave her a needle. My other one was my mother. She had eye surgery. They put laser in her eyes. They put a lens in and they had to put her under while they're obviously fiddling with her eyes. What was the repercussions? And why are the repercussions happening? Well, mostly everyone in Western countries, like it or not, due to our food. Our food from mainstream is absolutely rubbish, guys. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You know, what you might find in Coles and Woolworths and Aldi, it looks like food, it looks like a cucumber, it looks like a tomato, it looks like a banana. But they all come from places that have been heavily pesticided, and this is in all Western countries, guys. This is not just here. This is the States. This is England. This is so many countries, except for the few who have never wanted to go down that route, and also not having genetically modified foods. So our water, the chemicals we use every day unknowingly, as I brought up in my cancer talks and what you can do to stop that, it bombards your system. Your stomach is the first one to get bombarded. So it's in pain, it bloats, it's sluggish, and so many dear individuals, and I will do a podcast on what we can do to refix our stomach in a real accurate and proper way, not here and there and guessing and, oh, we'll just add this to it now and we'll add this and this should fix it. Because not everything, and a lot of things aren't that way, is we'll add something to it and it'll get better. We'll add this is the cure. It's never that way. So that's why everyone's stomachs, or a lot of people's stomachs, are cactus. So then when you have a general or local anaesthetic, that's all it needed. It needed that little bit more of a push. The gallbladder, as I said, the liver stops producing bile, which is very important to move those toxins on. The gallbladder needs that to break down the fats, and goes to your stomach to help process foods, to counteract the acid. When you eat, as you go, acid gets put in, and obviously that counteracts it so the acid doesn't go too high, but helps you go to the toilet. 50% of all people end up within 4 days after procedure in chronic constipation. So I'm not, first of all, to some people who I've had some replies from, and I understand that you don't understand what's going on, and you're possibly not listening clearly. I'm not saying don't get an anaesthetic. I'm not saying don't get an operation you desperately need and go under so you can feel better. Nobody said no, don't have one. I'm not saying you can avoid it. I'm saying there are things you can do to avoid this constipation. And we're not just talking about when you feel a little bit constipated. You know, I just haven't been going as much and my stomach's a little bit full and it's starting to hurt. We're talking about pain on levels I have never seen. Oh, I've seen it myself when I had gallbladder problems and I'm passing gallstones. You're on the ground. Sometimes you're screaming and you're cramping up and the pain is off the Richter scales. It's off 10. You can't even concentrate. You're just hoping that you'll blank out so the pain will stop. So my mum and my partner were on that level and it was in 4 days. And I've seen other patients of mine get the same. So I don't want that to happen to anyone. And I would like to I'm bringing this out so people can watch this, pass it on to their loved ones, the loved ones possibly getting a procedure and they can do something. So I'm putting in the steps so you don't have to go through it. It's the worst thing to see a loved one on the ground absolutely screaming where we had to call the ambulance. The ambulance couldn't get here even though it's very, very close. An hour and a half, 2 hours of screaming in such pain. We had to get a family member to grab her, put her on a stretcher that we got from downstairs, put her into the car, get her down to the hospital, and they had to just give her some strong pain relief just to bring it down so she wasn't in that state of, I can't even cope anymore. So I don't want anyone to go through that. So what can you do? So I brought up a short clip, and I bring up short clips, but possibly in the short clip, it's not enough detail, so people are like hearing it, but they're not fully getting it. What can be done? So we want to use herbs, Mother Nature's herbs. Our dear planet, its herbs, its mushrooms, its fruits, its vegetables, and so forth, have always been there seasonal to help our bodies to get ready for summer, for winter, for autumn, and so forth, to detox our body, to nourish our bodies, and so forth. So herbs are the key. I'm recommending a brand at the moment, but if you can find it in other things and in herb state, and then you boil it up as a tea, please do. But this is one of them I'm bringing up because I've seen great results from it. It's called bestteaaustralia.com. And the one we're looking at, it's called Organic Detox Tea. What's in it? It has ingredients that keeps the liver, up to your procedure, detoxing and producing the bile it needs. And I would recommend you start it a week, let's just say a week before your procedure, week before, but I'd like you to stop 2 days before your procedure, have your procedure, and on the day you go home from your procedure, start it again for another week. I would also like, if you could, in those periods, to have very, very good extra virgin olive oil. And we're talking about organic. It just keeps everything flowing. And also prune juice and pear juice, just to also keep your stomach so it's not already in the constipated stage and it's reaching the maximum level where the backlash is just going to halt it. And you're going to end up back in hospital in more pain than you went to get whatever your procedure you get done to feel better. So that's the protocol, guys. A week before you take these beautiful teas. In this, one of the main key ingredients is dandelion. It's also lemongrass. It's blue cauliflower. But dandelion root is an incredible product that helps to detoxify the liver. That's why I started a week, finished 2 days before. Why finish it 2 days before? These roots, I've already looked at them, these herbs I should say. What we're looking at from an anaesthetic point of view, from a person who's going to give you, let's say, a general anaesthetic and you're totally under, we don't want blood pressure to skyrocket up or skyrocket down. And they've done the procedure and then all of a sudden it shoots up through the roof or down and they're like, man, we don't even know what's going on here. We've given the anaesthetic, we're running off anaesthetic guidelines, but something that we don't know about has caused a crash. So obviously we want neither, because we don't want the person not coming home. Do herbs alter things? They can alter things very little bit. I looked at the research on these herbs. They can raise blood pressure or lower it. We're talking marginal. That's why, just on the safe side, do it a week before. Take your pear juice, take your apricot juice, take your prune juice, take some good olive oil, 3 good tablespoons a day, organic. Stop 2 days before. So there's no worries about it being your blood pressure being slightly up or slightly down. Get your procedure, and when you go home, please start it all over again for another week. This will stop the backlash of the liver, the gallbladder, and then the stomach go into a state where they just freeze, and then there's no help for the individual unless you go to hospital and they have to give strong needles to bring down the pain and a lot of stuff to start moving the stomach and getting the liver to move again. So this is why I brought this talk. Please guys, if you're having a general or local anaesthetic, please put this in place. It's simple and easy to do. Please have a look at this tea. You can look it up online, I'm sure. bestteaaustralia.com. It's not hard to get. You brew it up in water. It's 1 tablespoon, or 1 teaspoon I should say, per 250 mils. You brew it on a medium heat, just boiling away for 10 minutes. You make up a litre or 2. When it cools down, put it in some glass containers, put it in the fridge. You drink it first thing every morning. So it's as simple as that, guys. I really want you guys to be feeling great, and I don't want you guys ending up in the same boat that so many people have, because these type of things are not spoken about or known in general public. So I hope I'm helping you, which I know I am, and we got many more helpful videos coming through. Love you guys. Talk soon.